G'day guys, how you going? So, you heard about the new clan versus clan battles and you want to be a part of it, but you haven't got a tier 10 and you don't really know how tier 10 battles work. Well, let me tell you how it's going to go. The good people at Wargaming are going to rotate out 3 boats at a time and you're going to be able to borrow them for clan battles and clan battles alone. And in those 3 boats, one of them is going to be the Shimakaze. So let's have a look at how to play the Shimakaze and help out your team the best. Now, you are going to want to be on the front line. You're going to be the guy crossing the cap first and setting the smoke screens, keeping everyone else safe, going for shots of opportunity, aiming for those engines, and you never know, you might be lucky enough to be the first one to take someone down. Thank you for the flags. But don't celebrate too long, because those bad guys, they've got teeth, and you've got to keep your head on a swivel. Otherwise, you might pop a fish to the side, just like that. But don't fret and run away at a little bit of damage, because you have a job to do. Apart from capping and taking out their enemy destroyers, you've got to keep an eye on their battleships, and it's always handy to keep a wall of fish in the water, because you never know. You might just get lucky if you get one that's just lagging behind a little bit too much. And hey, it's always fun to get a bit of flooding. Okay, so let's have a look at the boat in port, shall we? Looks like a normal destroyer from the outside until you look at the modules. Now, your stock torpedoes at 20 Ks honk along at a fair amount of speed and damage. Now, if you wanted to knock down your range, you can up your speed and your damage. 12k and you can go down to 8k range, but upping the speed by a fair amount and damage and even reload time, it's entirely up to you how you play it and the range you play it at. Let's check out our consumables. Now, personally, if you are going to have a bit of coin to play with, you might want to look at jumping up to the gold versions. If you don't have the gold to spend, feel free to use a fair amount of credits. I know I will be, and probably everyone else out there will be too as well. It doesn't really speed up anything, it doesn't really do anything extra other than speed up the amount in time you can use it. So let's check out the upgrades. I started off with magazine modification 1, 70% chance, or minus 70% chance to your magazine going kaput is always a bonus. Now, I did consider going for main armament 1, just for keeping your torpedo launchers up and running, but yeah, I figured getting detonated is really not worth it, especially in clan versus clan. Number 2, I went for aiming system mod 1, purely for the torpedo traverse speed, plus 20%. You always want to have your torpedoes online. Your AA isn't much to deal with, so not really much to buff there. And, well, when your torpedoes go further than your guns, and yeah, you can kind of tell I've set up a torpedo boat here, taking a decrease in reload time and plus 15% in them being incapacitated. Seemed the best choice for me there. Didn't really want anything here. I mean, I don't really get my steering gears taken out that often. Probably could have gone with the engine, but I've got last stand, so that stuff keeps running. So I went with the fire stuff there. And speaking of last stand, we'll get there in a minute. Steering mod 2, it is always good being able to turn on a dime, so I went for the steering one there. Propulsion is also probably a good one. Now, I had a hard time here. I had to ask for some help, and everyone said concealment, although I personally probably would have gone with the steering gears, because hey, it's always good when you can turn out of a torpedo rather than not be seen and they blow you up anyway. And a quick look at the flags. The Juliet Charlie 100% to magazine detonation is always good to have, as well as plus 15% to flooding. Sierra Mike with the maximum speed upgrade, and the November Foxtrot with the reload to consumables is always fun to have as well. Alright, let's check out the Commander. Now, you will be getting a 15-point Commander he will be coming with you. So this is how I have set my 15-point commander out. Taking a priority target, it's always good to know who's looking at you, and minus 30% to incapacitation of modules with preventative maintenance. Hey, keep them torpedo launchers up and running. Incoming fire is always nice to know when people are shooting at you. Alright, as I said before, I have taken last stand, so I don't really need to worry about my engine and rudder not working, because they will always kind of work. Torpedo armaments, I always take a minus time in reload, and Superintendent gives you one more smoke and one more bottle of whiskey to chuck in the fuel tank. And last but not least, I am walking away with Concealed Expert. Now, if you do have a tier 10 boat, you might want to look at getting the radio location or something else with the last 4 points, because those commanders can still go up to 19. And that is our overall look of the Shimakaze tier 10 boat. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope some of that information was helpful to you, and I shall see you out on the ocean.